this morning brought a significant new claim that Iran attempted to assassinate President Trump during his visit to Turkey for the NATO summit, and that the U.S. swapped his aircraft in response. I want to walk through exactly what's confirmed, what's disputed, and what remains unverified, because this story has moved through several outlets with meaningfully different framings. Donald Trump posted this on his Truth Social handle. 1,000 missiles are locked and loaded and aimed at the Islamic Republic of Iran, with thousands of more to immediately follow, should the Iranian government act on its threat, pronounced in many corners of the globe, to assassinate or attempt to assassinate sitting President of the United States of America. In this case, orders have already been given. The U.S. military is ready, willing, and able for a 1 to a year period of time, subject to extension, to completely decimate and destroy all areas of Iran. Praise be to Allah. President Donald J. Trump. Donald Trump adding that phrase is believed to be some sort of mocking the Iranians. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do and turn on the notifications. Israel's Channel 12 News reported that foreign intelligence detected Iranian preparations to assassinate Trump while he was on Turkish soil for the NATO summit, and that this warning led to a switch of the presidential aircraft for his return flight. Multiple U.S. outlets picked this up, and it's been corroborated in its broad strokes by CNN and the Wall Street Journal, both citing separate unnamed sources. Channel 12's own follow-up reporting, via the Times of Israel, includes an important nuance. Two officials said the intelligence actually related to general dialogue among Iranian officials about potentially assassinating Trump, rather than a specific, developed operational plot. One official reportedly said the belief is that Israel shared this information partly to strengthen the relationship between Prime Minister Netanyahu and Trump and to influence U.S. policy toward Iran. That's a meaningfully different claim than Iran had an active assassination operation underway. And I want to be upfront that both versions are currently in circulation from the same outlet's own reporting at different points in the story's development. So, what's independently confirmed, Trump did leave Ankara aboard an older Air Force One, rather than the newly retrofitted plane that had just entered service, and the switch was unusual enough to draw press attention on its own. The Associated Press has a photo of this aircraft swap at RAF Mildenhall in Britain. The White House offered an official explanation at the time that Trump wanted to fly the older plane for old times' sake, while the new aircraft made a separate stop so service members could see it, which is a different explanation than the assassination-related one now being reported. I'd flagged this as a genuine, open question. We have two competing explanations for the same aircraft switch from different sources, and neither has been definitively confirmed as the full picture. Separately, in press remarks at the same summit, Trump said, when asked about a credible threat, "I have a threat all the time. I'm number one on their list."
I'm number one on the kill list for Iran. They're lovely people. I'm number one. So I don't know. I can't tell you that, but I don't really care because I'm doing my job and I'm doing it, I hope, better than anybody's ever done it, because we have a country that's hot and really, really successful. But I mention it only because it's on the list. I mean, it came out. There was another list came out yesterday, and I'm number one on. I like being number one on TikTok better, but I'm number one on the list for killing.
He also referenced the danger in more general terms, saying he speaks about it a lot because the life of a president is very dangerous, and made a comment aboard the new Air Force One about being on a dangerous flight because of the sleazebags we have to deal with, which he clarified referred to Iran on the succession question. This connects to something we've covered before. U.S. officials have confirmed there is no formal mechanism for a dead man's switch. A president cannot leave orders that automatically execute military action after his death. Authority would transfer to Vice President J.D. Vance as the new commander-in-chief, who would make his own independent decision about how to respond. Trump has said publicly he's left instructions along these lines, but mechanically, Vance would not be bound to carry them out. This is also not the first time Trump has made this kind of statement. He's referenced similar retaliatory intentions in prior interviews this year, including specifically naming Iran in a February 2025 statement and again in a New York Post interview earlier this month. So the Truth Social post fits a pattern of previous statements, rather than being an entirely new claim. It's also worth including some historical and political context on why Iran might be described as targeting Trump. Specifically, Iran has repeatedly cited the January 2020 strike Trump ordered that killed IRGC Kuwait's the force commander Qasem Soleimani as grounds for retaliation. Trump has also faced two actual assassination attempts in 2024, including the Butler, the Pennsylvania rally shooting, though neither of those was linked to Iran specifically. And during Ayatollah Khamenei's funeral processions this month, banners reading "We will kill Trump" were documented, and reported by multiple outlets, including a translated sign captured and shared according to Israeli copyright law sourcing standards cited by the Times of Israel. Now let's turn to what happened this morning, which is a separate but connected development. Iran launched a strike on U.S.-linked military assets in Kuwait, reportedly using at least 3 ballistic missiles aimed at ground-to-ground missile systems the U.S. has been using in the broader exchange of strikes with Iran. In response, the U.S. launched new airstrikes on Iranian missile and air defense systems, as well as IRGC small boats near the Strait of Hormuz. Kuwaiti and Iranian local officials, including reportedly the governor of Keshma Island, said projectiles struck Iranian military sites on the island. U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Mike Waltz addressed the broader pattern of Iranian actions in public remarks, saying that 143 nations at the UN have stood together in stating that Iran's recent conduct violates international law, and that Iran cannot simultaneously claim conflict status while attacking neighboring countries, civilian shipping, and international waterways. That will be all for now. I'll keep tracking this as it unfolds. Subscribe and I will cover the next update as it comes in.